you doing there? They say when you get the coof, you lose your sense of taste and smell, which did happen to me. And it's still mostly the case. I can't smell or taste anything, but I've got about 30% of it back. Here, sometimes you have weird effects from that, and I do. Took my favorite soda drink diet, which I should not be drinking. My favorite diet soda drink tastes like perfume. And it's so really weird. It doesn't taste anything like I know it is supposed to taste like, because obviously I've been drinking it before many, many times. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So now my favorite diet soda tastes like perfume. It's really weird. I'd like to talk about a new VILTROX lens. I like to keep things really simple. People like things to be simple. You know, I've been recovering from the coof now for about, nearly 2 weeks. And I've just been in deep thought, been nice and quiet. Anyway, let's get to it, right? I'll edit all that other stuff out of this video. I feel a whole lot better. Here's a lens that I actually found quite surprising. This is the new VILTROX. This is their new 13mm f1.4. It's 14 elements in 11 groups. It's $470. It's going to start shipping on February of this year, i.e. here in about a month. It's 420 grams. It's basically a 19.5 millimeter equivalent lens. I've been testing the hell out of it. I got a lot of image samples up on my Facebook page. People tell me to keep the lens reviews shorter and more sweet and simple. So I'll certainly do that. It comes with a little pouch and a typical little goofy bag. I've reviewed all the VILTROX lenses, and I actually have all the VILTROX lenses for Fuji X mount. I'm not paid to do this or endorsed in any way, shape, or form by this lens. Here it is on my X-T4. Really fast autofocus. I actually found this lens to be shocking. Shocking in an extremely good way. It is absolutely make you want to cry. It's so sharp. The bokeh on it is incredible. It's absolutely stunning. I actually like testing lenses, even though some of the lens companies, like this one, they don't like it when I'm brutally honest. This is the last off-brand lens for Fuji mount. This is the 7 Artisans 50mm lens. Yeah, and it's absolutely atrocious. It's beyond horrible. This new VILTROX lens, the 13mm, this one, which everybody should have an incredible great wide-angle prime lens for any camera system. And at 19.5 millimeters, I can't think of much other than a circular fisheye, which I use an adapted 10.5 millimeter Nikkor circular fisheye on Fuji X mount cameras. And it is absolutely fantastic. It even makes circular images on my GFX camera. 220 degree field of view on the GFX cameras. This VILTROX, this VILTROX lens is absolutely unbelievable. I give it a 10 out of 10. Fast, incredibly sharp, incredible bokeh, which is something that you don't get. The rendering on this lens too is actually one of the things that surprised me the most. The first thing that surprised me is how incredibly sharp it is. Incredibly sharp. It renders awesome. It's an awesome lens. I would have been happier. There's only one thing that it's not a detraction. I would have been more pleased if the price had been somewhere around $360, somewhere around there, but you know, $470 US dollars, okay, no big deal. If it were mediocre, then that would be a problem. But this lens is not mediocre. It's absolutely incredible. 10 out of 10 across the board. It's incredibly sharp. The rendering on it is amazing. Fast autofocus. It's amazing. The bokeh, the rendering, Everything about this lens is absolutely off the hook. Absolutely love, love, love the hell out of this lens. There we go. I have my indication marks off for lining up on the bayonet mount. It does have a metal front bayonet. It's actually a two-piece bayonet on this this lens, plastic insert and metal hood. There's just not a chance in hell that I could actually rate this lens any higher. It's incredible. Is that short enough and sweet enough of a review, you know, to keep things simple? I actually like testing horrible lenses. There's something to be said for a lens like this that's just so horrible. You know, it's like, how could somebody spend any time and make something that absolutely horrible? VILTROX did a really, really, really great job on this lens. This lens is the complete opposite end of the spectrum from horrible. So I give it a 10 out of 10 across the board. I'd actually consider it a must-own lens. The only detractor, once again, since it is a VILTROX, and VILTROX has always kind of been famous, if you will, for inexpensive, great lenses. You know, I wished it was somewhere around $350 or so. But it's not. Is it worth it for $470? Yeah, the answer is yes, actually. So it'll start shipping out in February of this year. Couldn't rate it higher. It's just impossible. So that's it. That's my short and simple, sweet review of the VILTROX 13mm f1.4 lens for a FUJIFILM X mount. Once again, 420 grams. And kudos to VILTROX for making this baby. It's absolutely awesome. It's incredible. Couldn't believe how sharp it is. Also, too, on an ultra-wide off-brand lens, the fact that the rendering in the bokeh is so incredibly good, that was really shocking, actually. So, not much more needs to be said. Thanks so much for watching. Wait for it. FUJIFILM. VILTROX did a great job on this one. Really awesome. Thank you. Goodbye.